Welcome in, everybody. One moment, please. We are playing Strange Horticulture uh, today instead of our usual thing. This is a game that came out not too long ago, or probably last year, and they have a sequel coming out in the near future on Steam, Strange Antiquities. But we are not at our usual streaming setup, so we're playing something a little different today. So let's get into Strange Horticulture, shall we? The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floors so that neighbors can reach across and shake hands, or, more likely, exchange unpleasantries. Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants you may have noticed need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses, after all. This game features some small text. If you're having difficult reading, you can hold shift to zoom in. Today is day 1, Friday. Which is not true in real life. Today is Monday, but you know, here we are. Let's see what we have to offer here. We have a cat who purrs. We have plants and a way to water them. We have a bell, a hint button, the will to explore, a closer inspection, and a rising dead. We also have a drawer full of things: items, clues, letters, labels, and archives. Oh boy. We can see some of these. It looks like we have some sort of cipher coin here. A way to examine things much more clearly. A book. Ooh. An encyclopedia. This encyclopedia can be used to reference as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I have included sketches, these are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often, the description will be more useful to you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse of this encyclopedia. We have a number of plants that we know something about. And we can close the book and put it back in the drawer if we'd like. We also have a map of Undermere. We can check... I should see the area around Undermere, because this is Undermere, the city that we are currently in. And this is, well, everywhere else. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. So we have that thing. Welcome in, Nachi. Lovely to see you. I am playing something a little different today because of my stream setup being slightly different, but here we are. Let's see here. I found it. An excerpt on the elusive wandering... Ooh. The elusive wandering Bew come to the library in Ambleside, and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the gilded dendra that might be of interest. Simone. P.S. Give Hellebore a good scratch behind the ears for me. Hellebore is the cat, by the way. This is Hellebore. Ooh. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it a secret. Well, we have a place to go. We need to go to Ambleside. So, let us put our letters away. And find Ambleside. Here we are, Ambleside. We also have another destination to find. The hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. We can find Backbarrow. There's Beakfoot. Ah, Backbarrow. The hills to the northeast. Let's go see what's in these hills, shall we? The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a grey morning has turned into bright sunshine. A good thing, too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. We get to collect a plant. Well, that was easy. Unfortunately, we do not have the will to explore further. But we can water our new plants and all the others. We do not precisely know what plants these are. Only that we have them. Let's see, are these all the plants? Yeah, these are all the plants we have. We can move them around as well. And we also have this symbol, whatever that is. Well. Check. This is done. We can throw this into the archives. We do have a place to go, but as you can see, while we were watering the plants, our will to explore was rising. It's a little unwieldy to water the plants currently. I could probably do something about that. But I like this game. Make sure to check all the things. Bottom middle of the map. Yes, thank you, Trav. It's nice to see me. Well, thanks, Nashi. I think it's nice to see me too. All right, then. You can faintly see some things here. Interesting. We don't necessarily know the order, but we do have one of the symbols. So perhaps the first one is that symbol. I'm sure we'll find out in good time. But we have the will to explore, and we do need to go to the library in Ambleside. So, off to Ambleside we go. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favorite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. So we have the Gilded Dendra and the Wandering Boo being added to our book on plants. We have been warned that the pictures of the plants are less helpful for identification than the descriptions of the plants. So let's see what it says. It says, do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to Dendra's mazima, a sure and painful way to die. This poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. The wandering boo, on the other hand, so called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Fingersbane. Interesting. Well, that is done. We can archive that. We have plants. We should probably attempt to figure out which ones are which, honestly. So we know that the Wandering Boo is a fungus of some sort. These two are very fungal. That's a flower. This one is also fairly fungal. Got some ferns and some flowers here. We're just gonna kind of group them together for ease of dealing with them. Slowly in the dark has been known to cover great distances. The gills on the underside are very pretty. Do we see any gills? We do not. Alright. Well, let's see what else we have here. Let's just go from the beginning. Just Bishop's Parasol, a mushroom found in dark, damp places, feeding on any light that gets close to it. It can seem to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. Good to know. Good to know. Draw in the light. Farmer's Worry. A spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities. Grants strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect has worn off. Okay, well, that's not helpful. Forest Camphor looks to be a flower type thing. The strong-smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful sporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. Let's see, do we have something like that with us? This could be it. So, let us tentatively mark this as Forest Camphor. In yellow. So now, when we hover over it, we've marked it a little bit. Can I edit this? I can. I'm gonna put a question mark at the end. Just to make sure that I know that I'm not confirmed. Alright, fox button. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stem. We have a couple of those that are similar. Very similar. So we don't necessarily know the difference between one or the other. But either of these could be fox button. Is there anything else that's similar? No. These two are very similar. This one's similar to that. Just kind of leave it like this. Gandy root. A plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Rough leaves? We have, I mean, this could be it, but do we have anything else that bends over like that? These do. Not the same type of flower, though. These do. That looks similar. Maybe that one's candy root? Stick a label on it and see where we go from there. Gilded dendra. Do not drink the blood, the sap of this plant. The lips and veins of it will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendra's miasma. A sure and painful way to die. The poison is potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. We do have leaves like this in many places. These two definitely look similar, but not enough to tell which one is which. Harlequin blue. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus, which assists in wind dispersal. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. Oh my. Yes, sometimes you don't have the plant yet. Be warned. I'm aware, Trav. This is not my first go at this game, but I needed to share it, because it's a cool game. Alright. Do we have a plant similar to this? Possibly that one. Possibly this one. So these two have things in common. Put this over here. Lemon dandy. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Well, these leaves are very curly. Maybe that's lemon dandy. Let's tag it for the moment. Which would make this possibly Harlequin blue. I mean, it is a blue flower after all. So we're headed somewhere. Mary's breath. The wide waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amount of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. Yes, I did get it very recently. Do we have wide-leaved plants? We do. This one's fairly wide-leaved, but we think this is forest camphor because of the flowers. There's fairly wide leaves here. Both of these have fairly wide leaves as well. Not enough to go on yet. Mellow glow. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The mellow glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. Well, do we have any sharp thorned plants? That is the question. Ah! This one has thorns. That could be Mellow Glow. It could be something else. We'll tag it for the moment. Could be wrong, could be right. We'll find out. Wren. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. So we're looking for a flowerless plant with long leaves. This has flower, this has flower. This does not. This does not. These are too leafy. So we will attempt that. Let's see where it goes. St. John's Poppy. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draught that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. The flower of the St. John's Poppy are bright red with a yellow center. Well, that looks like this, honestly, so... There we go. We're not quite sure if we have Wandering Boo. Winter Boar. Also known as blue aloe or blue winter after its cool blue-gray flowers. Winter boar is a hardy plant often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. Well, let's see here. Blue-gray flower. Somewhat like this. This one is the closest. So we will mark that as possibly winter boar. There we go. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, no, that's the end. Okay, so we have more plants than we know the names of. We've got a few tentative picks here. So now that we've done all of that, no, we'll leave this here. We can ring the bell and see what happens. But first we pet the kitty. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your days surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night, I hear whispered voices too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me, but nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has gotten the better of me. I must find out what they are saying. So she's looking for St. John's Poppy, which we think is this. Well, that's not a leading description at all. No, not at all. So let's find out if we are correct. It is indeed St. John's Poppy. Ooh, and we got a page out of this. So we have learned about clavilium. According to legend, clavilium can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Ooh. We do have some heart-shaped plant leaves here. This could be Lovelock instead. Nobody else really has heart-shaped leaves, but we may not have Lovelock yet either. But we have confirmed that this is indeed St. John's Poppy. So, because we have confirmed it, I'm going to move this into the blue category so that we know that it is a confirm. All right. Well, that was very successful. Thank goodness we looked through the book first. Let's see what else this day will bring. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for the plants, though, eh? Got a letter for you. Ooh, thanks, mailman. Ooh, goodness. Goshforth is a hateful town. I was beaten, robbed, and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger, just as I had come to fear that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travelers. On the northeast corner of the wood, I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Well, looks like we have a destination. We must find Gosforth, and to the south of the town, but the northeast corner of the wood. All right. We can close the book and see where Gosforth is. Gosforth. There it is, Gosforth. To the south, woods, but the northeast corner of them. So this should be the northeasternmost corner of the woods south of Gosforth. If we click this square and it's incorrect, then we will have to do some watering. But here we go. Here we go. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamor of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. We got a new plant. We don't know what it is yet, but we got a new plant. It's somewhat similar to this. It is also somewhat similar to this. Well, we found the plant. That was very helpful indeed. And this now has a check mark on it, so we can put it in the archives and get it out of our hair. Let's really look at this plant. It is a dark blue flower with stamen peeking out and curly leaves. So we had marked this as possibly lemon dandy, but this could also be lemon dandy. But lemon dandy has this kind of flower with it, so it's not lemon dandy. Definitely not. Does this evoke any other Gandy root, which we thought might be this one? Nothing comes to mind offhand. Let us ring the bell and see what happens. Gilbert Ames. Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way around, down through Back Barrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now and brought Fennett from the south to trade for lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra mile I had to cover to get here. So he will give us Fennett if we trade him some lemon dandy, which we believe is this one. Let's find out if we're correct, shall we? Lemon dandy hype. I agree. There should be more hype for this flower. Ooh, it was correct. We found the lemon dandy for certain. And we acquired fennel. So, because this is correct, we can now move this into the blue category of plants we absolutely do know are correct. The new plant has a lot in common with these, so we will put it up here. Where is... Ah, I forgot that we had that. This is the archives. I was hoping to get a transcript, but that's fine. Welcome in, Duskblights. This is not the lingering death simulator that is Darkest Dungeon 2. No, I am in a temporary stream setup, so we've decided to play Strange Horticulture instead because my gaming laptop, while a very good laptop, does not stream bigger games. So we've decided to play something small and strange and fun and dark and dreary, as you can hear from the sounds. Alright. So, yeah, new plant acquired. Let's see what we got. Faye Swift. My dreams are becoming more vivid. Ooh. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her, a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. So she is looking for the forest camphor, which, let's see, where... We believe it's this one. So we're going to give it to her and see if that is correct. But we also have a BIOS button now, which means that whatever they've said gets recorded somewhere. The psychic Faye Swift. Apparently Faye grew up with her mother. Her father was rarely violent, but once is enough. When he struck her, it finally broke the hold he had over her mother, and she fled in the night. The sleeping Faye held close. Faye often has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She came to Strange Horticulture seeking relief from her nightmares. And then we get the chat log of what she said. So we've had characters come in, but we don't have their logs yet. She's the first one to have this. So, we're going to see if this is actually forest camphor. Nope, it was not. So this is incorrect. We're gonna mark that with red, because we don't know what it is. Or unmark it, I should say. And let's go see what forest camphor has to say for itself. The strong-smelling bulb. Oh, it's a bulb plant. We have all of them over here. Of this plant has a powerful sporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. This is forest camphor. And we got Butterdale in return. Often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure-all for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. The leaves smell buttery to some people. Alright. Well, this one we can turn blue because we have an absolute understanding of its classification. I'm going to move it up here, and I'm going to move these guys elsewhere because we don't know precisely what they are yet. Butterdale has these kinds of leaves. And that's something we haven't been using is a closer inspection. So we can, for instance, the light purple flowers have a light buttery scent. So this is not winter boar. Not at all. This is Butterdale. We know that that's Butterdale. All right. Dusk Flights, no worries from you. I just missed the intro and was hoping to learn more. Mystery, plant lore, and chill music over rain sounds. I'm downloading the demo right now. I have the full game, but yes, this is Strange Horticulture. It's lovely little game. Absolutely lovely. This is not my first time playing it, but it is my first time streaming it. So here we are. All right. This is a game with eldritch horror elements to it, which is why we're doing it for spooky season, because it is a little bit ooky spooky, and it's kind of lovely that way. All right, let's see what else today has in store for us. Nora Butterfield. Got any Wandering Boo? That always reminds me of, oh, what's his name? That old hermit inventor, the Wanderer. Anyway, the Boo, if you've got it. Well, we don't know which one it is. Let's see its description again. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Fingersbane. Well, what does this say? It smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes water. Okay. It's definitely not that. Nope. What was the other one? Farmer's Worry? Nope. Not Fox Button. Where is it? No. Bishop's Parasol. Nope, that's not what I'm thinking of either. We're gonna have to go page by page. I apologize. I have lost the name that I'm looking for. Oh, never mind then. I guess I didn't ever have it. Let's see what this one says. Not as spongy as most mushrooms. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red warts protrude from the caps. Somewhat sharp. This could be Wandering Boo. What does this one say? Smells faintly of wood soak, feels like rough glass paper. Okay, this one is probably the Wandering Boo then. Yep. What entry do we get? Lady of Summer. The leaves curl round delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature make this a sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. Where are my labels? Here we go. You. We know what you are. Let's put you on the shelf with the other things that we know of. All right. I like that there's a check mark on the pages and next to the ones that you absolutely know. We haven't for sure gotten Butterdale, but That is the end of day, so we can go through the rest of these again and see if we can't figure out a few more. Let's see. The gills of the underside of this mushroom can seep a milky fluid that can be consumed for the treatment of stomach pains. But this one says that it smells terrible. And this one sells wood soak and feels rough, like rough glass paper. So that's not even certain that's a mushroom one. It's just strange. We don't really have any other mushroomy ones. What does this one say? Small red berries. This one. It's a scent that scratches the back of my throat. Okay. We're pretty sure we know Butterdale. We haven't. We're pretty sure that one's Butterdale. Clavelium. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. So, the veined leaves have a waxy finish. Smooth, waxy leaves. Okay. The flowers are made of many smaller blue flowers. They smell pleasant. What about this one? Nope. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have Lovelock yet. Let's see here. Spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities. Yeah, I don't believe we have Farmer's Worry yet. Fox button. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. So that is one of these, really. Small leaves, delicate flowers. It smells of nothing that we can detect. Ah. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. The leaves are coarse to the touch. Okay. I don't think we have fox button yet. A plant with medicinal properties. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Which is why we have it tentatively as gaddy root, because the leaves are coarse to the touch. So that's fine. I'm gonna put some of these over here and move this and this over here, the ones that we think we know. Ooh. Nope, that's fine. There we go. Even touching the leaves of this plant can be painful. Long, flat leaves. Wonderful smell. Nope. What haven't we looked at? Yep, I think we're good there. We have Harlequin Blue tentatively. Lady of Summer. The leaves curl round delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature makes this a sought-after ornamental plant. Sweet-smelling dark flower. Well. Mary's breath. Wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect a large amount of water required. Let's see here. This one has... Nope. Wide, waxy leaves. Smooth, waxy leaves. Veined leaves have a waxy finish. Okay, not definitive enough. The mellow gallow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. Which we think is this. Doesn't say. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. Scratches the back of our throat. Not definitive enough, really. We know those two and winter borer. Also known as blue aloe, so it's likely to be a blue plant. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. Oh, yes. Cool gray flower. Okay. Often found in extreme cold. Apparently we don't have it yet. Alright. Well, that's the end of day 1. Friday is done. Row H, the third river. It started when she found something that she was not meant to find. A book tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. Ooh. The mystery deepens. We now have a place. It is not raining today, but some of our plants have been shifted. All right. Well, here we are. Row H, the third river. So here is row H. And we have 1, 2, 3 rivers. Assuming we read the clue right, it should be that one. But maybe it isn't. Well, we'll try it. 1, 2, 3. We got it. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotten flesh. Death for one provides life for many. New plant, new plant. All right then. The dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. This could be the gilded dendra. All right. So, let's see what the day brings us, shall we? Visitor our Burbridge. Bring me a sample of Apis demesis, and be quick about it. That damn cat is setting off my allergies. Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. Isidore Burbridge is a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. Apis Demesis. Alright, let us look in our book for Apis Demesis. We have not really been using the Latin names of these. So now we must go find out. He's looking for Gandy root. And we believe that this is Gandy root. So let us find out if we are, in fact, correct. We are. Meekdew. The beautiful flower made up of many smaller florets makes this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Alright, well this is not Meekdew. That's for certain. But we have confirmed Gandy root, so we will change the color so that we absolutely know that this is Gandy root. And this is the flowers, but the flowers could be very small. Like, they smell pleasant. A pleasant looking plant. It doesn't say anything about painful sores. It is definitely not this one that was painful to touch. So we may not actually have this one, but we can look. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Probably not that one. Red fruits. This is a berry sort of thing. So these both have berries. That's more like that. All right. Put that there. I don't think we have Meekdew, but I could be incorrect. Let us see who else comes in for the day. Oh, it's the mailman, David. Lake Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. There's an old slate mine at Herodnot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Okay, so Hard Knot, old slate mine. Good to know. Let us see if we can find it. Hard Knot. The old slate mine. Hard Knot is a mountain. So we have dots for the structures / towns, and we have triangles for mountains, which is fairly common in maps. Perfect. We did find it. The iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. We need some clavilium. Assuming we have any. Be able to get in here, no problem. Let's see. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the name Lovelock. It's possible that this actually is Lovelock. It does have heart-shaped leaves. So, let's find out, shall we? It is indeed Clavilium. Cool. That gave us the book entry for Aguraria. I need to change the color of this to blue. Move it over on the shelf of the known, which will be expanded at some point. Arguria. Jeez, I can speak, obviously. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool, characterize this plant. Ooh. Blue flowers, light, airy scent. Didn't say anything about a woody stem, though. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. We may not have it yet, but we are about to get 3 plants. All mushrooms. We have added to our mushroom collection. Ooh, this is good for us. So, let's see here. What does this one say? A vicious white liquid can be seen oozing from its underside. It seems to give off a small amount of light, and it smells rotten. This one says, it smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes water. All right. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. Well, here's a milky fluid. It's viscous white liquid. So I'm going to tentatively label this Bishop's Parasol. Cool. A spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities. Rotten light. Yeah, I don't think we have necessarily that one yet. What else? We know what that one is. Okay. So that looks to be all that we can glean from that, and this is done. Reuben Ward. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest investigating a possible murder there. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they're not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. Alright. So, thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs of the stem. We have a couple of contenders. We have this one, which has small leaves and delicate flowers. We have this one. It smells of nothing that I can detect. And we have this one. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. Doesn't look like we have anything else similar to those. Amongst the ones that we are tentatively know about. So, we've got 3 choices. Red, white, or blue. Does chat have any thoughts on this matter? The second one looks the most similar leaf-wise. You are correct. It does look fairly similar. That one looks not so similar. Ah, you are good eye. Good eye. Trav. These have rounded leaves. The other two are pointy. So I believe the one that smells of nothing that they can detect is possibly fox button. Let's find out, shall we? It was indeed fox button. Good job, chat. You're very good at this game. And we got a book entry. Brimlock. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draught made using leaves from the brimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, brimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Well, fox button is a definite, so we can move this to the blue category. And with that, it looks like we may have to expand our shelf of known. The shelf of known. Let's see. Do we have anything? With small yellow flowers that we don't know of. No. This one is Gandy root. So we have not picked up Brimlock from wherever Brimlock might be found. Alright. Pet the kitty. Ring the bell. Ah, Victoria. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of St. John's poppy. There's a medium using the room, illegally, I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. Alright. We have met Reuben Ward. He works with the police on murder cases. He is a kind, good-humored man, but beneath the mask he is deeply sad. His only child, a daughter, had seemed troubled for some time before running away from home several years ago. The victims whose stories he tries to uncover are all somebody's son, somebody's daughter. The search for answers drives him forward, piecing together the logic of life and death. And he is looking into a murder within the sisterhood. Alright. Victoria Gray does not have a bio. I was hoping to find her bio, but she's apparently just a person we know. It has flowers in the middle of winter. It's not winter now, so don't bet on having flowers today. That's a fair point, Drav, but this is a fantasy game. And places that are very cold might still have flowers of that particular plant. But we need to find a plant that would scare away somebody. And we do know of that plant. But whether we have it or not is another matter. Let's see here. This is for clarity of visions and prophecy. This one is stomach treatment. This one is warming. No. I remember the picture on it. We are looking for Harlequin Blue. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. So this is where we can confirm if this plant is indeed Harlequin Blue. It is indeed Harlequin Blue. I was spot on. Oh yes, Trav, it absolutely does like having red herrings in the descriptions, which is why you have to be careful, and why I only tentatively label things that I can be absolutely certain about. Alright. Shimmerlung. The dried stems of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large, ridged leaves. Ooh. Well, we can move Harlequin Blue into the blue category now. We definitely know what plant that is. And we can... Let's see. Flowers grow wrapped in large, ridged leaves. These look large and ridged with flowers, but it doesn't look rounded, so possibly not the same thing. We might be finding another similar plant to that one. Good to know, though. All right, pet the kitty, ring the bell. Bethany Coleman. The sister. Beth was born into a loving family but never felt settled. She sought out a higher purpose when she was still young and left home at 14 to join the Sisterhood of Arduana. The head of the sisterhood, the Arda, took a liking to her and helped her develop a renewed purpose, caring for the forest and putting her faith in the goddess Arduana. Now her mentor has been murdered, and Beth is looking for answers. You may have heard the rumors that our Arda is dead. May Arduana bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. Be assured of your discretion. We require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. So she is looking for Mary's breath. A plant with wide, waxy leaves. It is said a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. We know that this has smooth, waxy leaves. We know that this one has veined leaves that have a waxy finish. This picture shows veined leaves. And this has a wide, waxy finish. So I'm thinking that this one is actually the Mary's breath, but we could be wrong. We have two options and a 50-50 chance. So let's find out. Nailed it. So we got the letter. All right, we can definitely add this plant into the blue category of known plants. We have been bound to secrecy, and thus we must be careful. All right, let's sort this out. Impressive. Didn't look at the picture at all. Yeah, sometimes it's a combination of clues. Like, the description is usually more accurate, but the picture sometimes tells you what kind of flower or what kind of leaf you're kind of looking for. And sometimes it's, you know, you have to look at it more closely to find out what it smells like and things like that. So it's an interesting mix of all three combined, and sometimes it's just gut feeling. But thank you for the praise, Trav. I appreciate that. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen, and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood of Arduana. All right. So the Sisterhood wishes us to visit. All right. Here is Torver. Here's the Grisdale Forest. Woo-hoo. She says, you will find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. So, a mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. A mile is 1 square. So this should be the square. Or maybe it's this square. Shoot. Let's go with the inner square. Ah, yes. That was correct. That was correct. As soon as I step off the road, 2 members of the sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I am not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me that I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. Oops, nope, we were wrong. Oh dear. Well. Time to water some plants. We haven't watered them in a while. Good. Ooh! What did that do? Goodness. I mean, we are a horticulturist shop. Gotta water our plants. Make sure they're sufficiently cared for. There. That will help. Oh, I know that there's a few that really don't help or even mislead. There's one which is a cross-section that you'd really have to extrapolate. Don't recall which one, but the one is annoying. Maybe we could give them some, hey, I'm a friend and you can tell because I'm holding this plant. Ha! Yeah, that might be a useful plant to figure out. Do we know which plant that is? That is the question. We do know where Fox Button is, so... This is the Fox Button that we may need. Alright. It wasn't the inner one, so we'll try the outer one. Yep. We were incorrect before, but now we are finally correct. A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter, and she lets me through. I am ushered into a walled courtyard, and then through a large oak door along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Lying on a table, draped in silk, is the Arda. There is not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black, her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asks my escort. I set to work. So, this is what we think is the wren. Hopefully, we are correct. But let us open our book and double check the description all the same. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flowers, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. This has a scent that scratches the back of our throat. This has small red berries. This has red fruits and long flat leaves. This has smooth waxy leaves. So the only thing that we have that has no flowers but still smells weird is this. So it's my best guess, and we're about to find out. It was indeed the wren. Yes, but have you known death? It really does matter. Apparently, maybe? Apparently, maybe. We got a picture, or a description of gray sandfire. Sandfire has a tough outer bark, which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it, as it can also cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. Oh. Okay. Well, we do have a plant that smells faintly of wood smoke and feels like rough glass paper and has a very similar description. So I'm going to tentatively label this gray sandfire. Put this over in the maybe category. All right. Well, I extract a sample of the Ardra's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the wren turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded dendra poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I am rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants, which I am grateful for. New plants, new plants. Alright, let's go check them out. This one, it has a pleasing scent, and the leaves have stiff ribs. This one, turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. Ooh, another thorny boy. We thought this might be Mellow Glow, but maybe it is this blue one instead. So let's check Mellow Glow. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The Mellow Glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. So Mellow Glow could be either of these, honestly. Alright, we've got 2 of them. And then this one's description, pleasing scent, stiff ribs. I don't think we've come across anything that says stiff ribs. This is woody stem. Light blue flowers with like rounded tufts. Not this. But we did have something with... the shimmerlung. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near-blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large, ridged leaves. Thinking this is the shimmerlung. Well, that was pretty good. Pretty good. Cool. Next customer. Who wants to bet the description will change later in the game? Could be. Could be. Interesting point. I do wonder. Yeah, it just says it has a scent, scratches the back of our throat. We're not entirely certain. Alright. Next. Oh, it's Burbage again. I'm this close to reporting you, halfwit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make it right. So we can give him either Butterdale or Meekdew. This is the first time that we get a choice. Actions will have consequences. So Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure-all for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed in mulch to form a poultice. The flowers smell buttery to some people. We do know that we have Butterdale. We just haven't confirmed it yet. However, we could give him Meekdew, which does something completely different. The beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets make this sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. So we could help Isidore Burbridge, or we could make his condition worse. We don't actually like him. He's very haughty. But this is the first time we get to choose whether or not to be naughty or nice. Essentially. So chat, shall we be naughty or shall we be nice? We may or may not have Meek do. Trav says, I do recommend being nice since it's probably a really bad idea to poison your customers. Also, do we think pissing him off and making him ill will help us or will it backfire? This is the game where it could do either. But let us remind you that he is a rich man who inherited a fortune and never experienced the love of his parents. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. He is the barrister, after all. Do we want the barrister to be in our good graces, or do we want him to be pissed off at us? Yeah, he is an unpleasant man. Many smaller florets. Small leaves, delicate flowers. Beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets. I don't know about you, but this looks like it could be a good contender for Meek Do. So I'm going to label it. So we tentatively know what this one is. Actually gonna put it over here. Nope, didn't want to close it. Actually, I wanted to go here. So we tentatively know that we have Meekdu. We absolutely know that we have Butterdale. Butterdale will assist this man. Meekdu will make him worse. Whew. I'm gonna be nice because I'm a nice person. Chat, you had your chance to to say be mean, but I'm a nice person, so I'm gonna use Butterdale. Yep, definitely Butterdale. Storian. The dark red flutes should not be ingested under any circumstance, as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. A cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and phaeum of the Storian. This, I believe, is what Trav was talking about earlier. Now that you're past it, minor spoiler, if you do want to poison him, yes, it will definitely lead to trouble for you. We do have this plant, which have red fruits and long flat leaves. What did we just get? The Storian? Looks kind of bulbous. Could be this. I'm going to suggest that this is Storian, because I have a gut feeling. I could be wrong, though. We've gotten it wrong once already, and I've played this game before, so we're going to tentatively consider that Storian. But it is now the end of the day. Another day done. Saturday complete. We know of the psychic, Faye Swift, the sister, Bethany Coleman, the investigator, Reuben Ward, and the barrister, Isidore Burbridge. He's an ass. We don't like him. But there are more to get to know as the days go on, so we shall close the book and end the day. Sounds like, yes, the cross-section one. Yeah, pretty sure this is the one. Frickin' cross-sections. Alright, more of the story of the cards. North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rustland, south of Crinkle Crags. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Notice how the phases of the moon are also a part of this. We start out with a very sliver of a crescent moon, and we are getting slightly larger now. Only slightly, though. Day 3. Sunday. Well. Time to open the drawer and see where we need to go. North of Hawkshead. Hawkshead. North of Hawkshead. East of Lowick. East of Lowick, so north of Hawkshead, but east of Lowick, so somewhere in here. West of Rustland. Where is Rustland? So, north of Hawkswick, east of Lowland, west of Rustland. Here's Rustland. So it's somewhere in this column above Hawkshead, south of Crinkle Crags. South of Crinkle Crags. So here. It's north of Hawks. So here's Hawkshead. Here's Crinkle Crags. Down here we have Lowick and Rustland. Right here. So it's this column. North of Hawkshead, south of Crinkle Crags. So this has to be it. E17, yes. Very, very good. Very good. I do like the game's directions. They're usually quite good if finicky. Is there anything interesting if you use the magnifying glass here? Ooh, that's a good question. Can I? Not particularly. Not particularly. Alright, I am gonna do clicky click. That was absolutely correct. Awesome. Put these away. We are gonna get some plants. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger, and I am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. New plants, who dis, who dis? I have tentatively gone over things with this in the past. I do sometimes use it to get a closer look at the plants on the plinth, but we haven't really had a major need for it. So we have 2 new plants. This plant says bright red flowers grow at the ends of thin stems. And this plant says dark blue flowers smell sweet, smell like sweet rhubarb. This doesn't evoke any particular descriptions that I've considered. This is not the Arugia, because that's a light blue flower. Brimlock. Small yellow flowers. Neither of these are yellow. Let's see here. Gilded Dendra, I'm pretty sure I've already got pegged. Gray Sandfire, I think I have pegged. Lady of Summer. Oh, the wren needs to change colors and move. This is definitely the wren. Oopsie daisies. Didn't mean to leave it there. I'll move you over. Lady of Summer? I don't think we know the Lady of Summer. Yeah. So... the leaves curl round delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature makes this plant a sought-after ornamental plant. This one says a single sweet-smelling dark flower. The picture looks very similar, even if it is from a different angle, and these leaves are very curly. So, Lady of Summer, this is tentatively. Okay. Mikdu, we think we have a tentative. Mellow Glow, we've got 2 options for. Summerlung, we think we know. Storian, we think we know. Winterboar. Dark blue flowers smell like sweet rhubarb. Also known as blue aloe or blue winter, after its cool gray, blue-gray flowers, winterboar is hardly a plant. Is a hardy plant often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. This could be winterboar. I don't think so, though. These are purple. No. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Blue-gray flowers. Well, we don't know, but this is where we're at. So, not bad. Alright. Let's find out what else will happen today. Wilbur Miller. Looking for a plant. Lady of what's it? Something or another? I'm no green-dyed dreyer, that's for sure. My mind isn't all what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with mental decline. Lady of Summer, actually. We just considered what that might be. So let's find out if we are correct. Is this the Lady of Summer? Yeah, blue-gray daisies, basically. It is indeed the Lady of Summer. Pegged it. Nice. And here's the fennet, which we have. We were given fennet, but we didn't have the description yet. Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. Alright, so Lady of Summer needs to have a color change and then get moved, because we know what the Lady of Summer is. And then the fennet we were definitely given. I do not remember which one it is. Long, soft leaves. No. No. They smell wonderful. Huh. We were traded fennet for something, and now I don't know which one it is. Wait. The leaves are quite soft. This is the fennet. This is the fennet. Okay, cool. Cool. I am gonna do this, though. We will put this down here with the rest. Cool. That helps us. Alright, maybe I'm gonna move some things around here so that I can more easily get to them. Actually, I'm gonna put this one down here. There we go. That makes it a little easier. Wasn't sure that the petals were the right kind of curl. Yeah, no. We have two curly petals, but we already knew what one of them was, so this had to be the Lady of Summer because the other curly ones were already Lemon Dandy, which we had confirmed, so that helped out a lot. And then we do know that this one is the fennet because that is what we got traded for, and it has the correct leaves soft description, so hopefully we're in a good place. All right. Pet the kitty, ring the bell. Ah, the mailman, David. They're saying the Arda's been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust that sisterhood, but it seemed to me that the Arda always looked out for the less fortunate. Ooh. Do we have David in the profiles? We do not. He's just the mailman. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you are determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Well, Great Gable, we're going to next. We do have a plant that will help keep us warm. The winter boar, I believe. Nope, that's insect repellent. Never mind. It's not winter boar. Brimlock. When conditioned... Okay. The leaves are waxy and tough. Smooth, waxy leaves. Stiff leaves. They smell wonderful. Sweet rhubarb. Nope. So these have stiff leaves. And they are tentatively pointed, so possibly the right shape. But this looks more like the picture. They are smooth and waxy. The leaves are waxy and tough, so actually this might be the brimlock. All right. So we are headed towards the Great Gable, which I believe is a mountain. Yep, Great Gable. The other one had non-yellow flowers, though. Not small ones in the winter. Yeah, no, you are correct, guys. I was mistaking the brimlock for the one with winter in its name. All right. After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I am still some distance from the summit. I am freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain, unless... Brimlock! We figured it out. Good for us. It got us the Sunset Mount Trap. The Sunset Mount Trap is a type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking mount cap, as a result of its unpleasant odor. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. It is mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. We'll have to go through our mushrooms again. But this one needs to have a change of color because we absolutely know that it is Brimlock now. And a change of place because we absolutely know that it is Brimlock now. New plant, who dis? I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and am presently rewarded. New plant, who dis? You go over here. What does this say? Gray-blue flowers with an orange center. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gray-blue flowers. Gray-blue flowers. Is it... No. That's light blue flowers. Nope. I think that's the winter boar because it was very cold there. Yeah. This is definitely winter boar. I mean, we haven't confirmed it, but at least we've got a possible. All right, and we also got information on the Sunset Mount Trap. This one glows. This one smells rotten. But this shows a more rounded cap. And this one smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes water. Which is, it said it has an unpleasant odor. So I'm thinking from the picture, combined with the smell, all of that combined, this is probably the Sunset Mount Trap. So that is also good to know. And you go into the needs to be confirmed, but we think we've got it figured out list. Awesome. Look at that. We are getting closer and closer to having all of our flowers known entities. This is checkmarked, so we can put it in the archive. Because that's how that works. If it's got a check mark, we stick it in archives. Because we can read it again, but we don't really need to. Don't forget to hydrate, guys. I am hydrating too. Mostly because I'm reading all the things. But also because hydration is important, and know that you are wonderful and that I love to have you here. So if you are just hanging out and lurking in the background, you are loved, you are wanted, and thank you for being here. Let's find out what else this day will bring. It is still Sunday in the game. Norman Lee. This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please take it. I want nothing more to do with it. Are you a person that we should know? No. You're just Norman Lee. Alright, well, I guess we have a new mushroom. Okay. New shroom. Who dis? Possibly Bishop's Parasol? No, I think we know that this is Bishop's Parasol, but we'll double check. What does it say about this plant? A mushroom-like plant with red warts growing on it. Yep, no, not that. Farmer's Glory? A spongy mushroom with potent abilities. I mean, it's got a rounded cap. So maybe. I don't know. Do we have any other mushrooms that we don't necessarily know? Oh, I mean, we're pretty sure of this one, so... Yep, no, nothing that we can go on with. So, we have the cursed plant. We'll put that aside over here to say cursed. Oh no. Hey, it's Simone. Hellebore! Always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favor to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and could use some common trouse, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's herbology, it grows in abundance on red pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. Here, take this. The common trouse. Despite being described as common, the trouse can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of red pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. Nice. So I guess we are headed to a mountain. Red pike. Here we go. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the views majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm looking after. All right, the common trouse. Here we go. Yep, those look very similar. We will mark that. In fact, I'm gonna mark it in blue because we absolutely know what this is. I'm gonna put it on this shelf though, so that we can get it easily when she comes looking for it the day after tomorrow. But we're good to go. We have found the thing. It probably grows there because it likes the view. I mean, if the view is good, the view is good. Either that or there are strange properties in the dirt. Verona Green. When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and then. Let the punters know that I'm capable of sort of thing. Know what I'm capable of sort of thing. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and the little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behavior in future. Have you got any shimmerlung? Well, time to put our thought. Is this shimmerlung? Also, it looks like we have her bio. Verona Green. Verona has been studying the occult and the mysterious for many years. It started as a hobby, but gradually grew into an obsession. She haunts the boundary between truth and tale, seeking out the knowledge that others recoil from. She also brews a lovely cup of tea. The occult scholar. We also have Simone Green, the librarian. Simone loves books and reading. She is also irritatingly organized and has begun the overwhelming task of rearranging the library at Ambleside. Her new system works, but it will take years to catalog every book, scroll, pamphlet, and diary. In the meantime, every day yields new discoveries, buried fragments of ancient knowledge resurfacing to the light like arrowheads to archaeologists. So she is our good friend, the librarian. Alright, let's find out if this is indeed shimmerlung. Nailed it. Ah, she's going to do a weather wax. Why turn someone into a toad when you can just make them think that they're a toad? Same end result, and much easier. Absolutely. We got Candlewood. Produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stem grows among tall leaves. Oh, I know exactly what that is. This is Candlewood. Not confirmed, but I'm pretty certain. Where is the shimmerlung? This one needs to become blue. Because we have confirmed. Alright. We're good. We're good. Look at that. Not too many plants left that we don't know. So, we can go through our unknowns, but we have most of them tentatively tagged. Tentatively. Actually, I'm going to put this one here. Alright. Next. Irving Harris. Sorry if I'm shouting. I'm a little hard of hearing. I'm looking for a plant that can supposedly help me hear better, but I've forgotten what it's called. I remember it's bright red, though. Candlewood? All manner of afflictions of the mind. Okay, not Candlewood. Bright red, though. Mikdu? No, that thing produces sores. We'll look at it, though. Nope, just pretty. St. John's Poppy. Yes, St. John's Poppy can improve the imbiber's hearing ability. Yeah. Yeah, we knew that. And that was the end of the day. So we got to use again a plant that we'd already used before. Any relation to Simone Green, who just sent us up a mountain? I don't know. Actually, it doesn't say. They might be distantly related. But it doesn't say. They could just have a similar last name. Didn't you give this to someone who already wanted to hear whispers better? Actually, yes, I did. I originally gave it to Faye Swift, the psychic. Or no, not Faye. It was some random, not a person of importance. Anyway. That guy has hearing problems. The previous person just needed her sleep. But another day done, so we will close the book and end the day. On to Monday, which it is Monday today in real life, and now it's Monday in game. Ooh, what card will we get now? A ripped card with an X. How interesting. Time passed, a year, then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. And the moon grows ever more, ever closer to full. So it is a waxing moon. Not quite fully waxing, but it is headed that way. Oh, Monday is another rainy day. Small World Syndrome states that if two people have the same surname, they're always related, usually closely, unless there's a serious bait and switch going on. I don't know, but we do have a card. We have a cat who is not sleeping, and we have a place to find. Where does this card fit the map? Hey, look at that. N6, if I'm looking correctly. Dang, I'm good. X always marks the spot, you know. The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds. A reset. New plant day, new plant day. New plant, who dis, who dis. All right, we've got light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lambswool characterize this plant. Soft, pale blue flowers. I think we finally found Aguria. We also got this one. Dark blue flowers. Smells like sweet rhubarb. No, we had that one before. Is it this one that's new? A rather unpleasant scent. Yes, this is the one that's new. Rather unpleasant. Actually, let's put that there and see if we get anything. Pretty sure we know this one. We're pretty sure we know that one. We're pretty sure, or we do know the Brimlock and the Butterdale. We're pretty sure we know the Candlewood. That one we know. Common Trouse we do know. Absolutely. We just haven't confirmed it. Farmer's Worry is not that. These two we know. Gilded Dendra we're fairly certain of. Gray Sandfire we're pretty certain of. These two we know. Meek Dew we're pretty certain of. This is the wrong flower shape anyway. The Mellow Glow we've got two options for, and it's not this because it doesn't have spikes. It doesn't have thorns. The Fennet we're pretty certain of. Those we know. The Storian we're fairly certain of as well. But maybe not. This could be the Storian, or it could be the new plant. not that one. No, I'm pretty sure it's this one. We're pretty sure we know that one as well. And I believe we have discovered the winter boar. Pretty certain. Okay, so we just don't know what that one is. That one's fine. Cool. Oops. Pet hellebore. Reuben's back. The fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down? My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. Ooh, Bishop's Parasol? Consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. But is there a better... There might be a better option. Brimlock is for cold. Butterdale is for rashes. Mind afflictions. This is anti-lock. Ice strain balm. Extra strength. Let's see. Sleep draught. Friendship between strangers. Scandy root. Digestive troubles. Gandy root is probably... Oh, no, he wants the fennet. He's asking for fennet. Ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. Yeah, no, the fennet would do him very well, which is not that one. It's this one. That one. Storian means red fruit. He wants fennet, though. Yeah. I was trying to remember from memory what it could possibly be from the description. Witch fig. This plant is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. But it also is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Okay, good to know. But we do need to give this one a blue tag and move it to the shelf of the known. We'll crowd it in here and then start a new shelf. You know, if he asked for something that specifically didn't do what he wanted, then I'd consider something else. Yeah, no, he asked for fennet and I just didn't notice. Ah, the mailman. Hey, David. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rusland. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Kind regards, Verona Green. Ah, we have to go back to Grisdale, northeast of Rusland. Time to go on a journey. So Rusland is here. We want to go north and east. That's how it works. Assuming the sisterhood likes us enough, we should be okay. From From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely through the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. So, we have 2 options for Meadowglow. So let's go over Meadowglow again, just to make sure we know what we're doing. Amongst other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The Meadowglow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. This one says, a single pink flower that smells pleasant. This one says, turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. I'm going to try turquoise flowers, but we have a 50-50 chance here. But this closer inspection specifically points out the thorns, so. Or we could leave. Or we could just simply leave. Ah. We have discovered which one is the Meadowglow. The Meadowglow. Okay. And we have gained information about a different plant. So this one is not Meadowglow, so we don't know what this one is. This one can go back over here. This one, however, joins the known and goes all the way over here. What did we pick up? Caballia? A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rounded leaves. No. Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, this looks much more correct. So that's is probably Caballia. Caballia. If I can spell it correctly, that would be great. Alright. You can be added to the possibilities. With the help of the Meadowglow, I walk right past the sisters, without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. New plant, who dis? Yeah, I did. Remove the other label I got. Alright, what does this one say? The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. This does not ring me any bells from what we have in this book, so I am going to say we probably don't have the page for that one yet. Let the kitty ring the bell. Oh hey, it's Faye again. I'm afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Alright. Well. The Arcua, when burned, can enhance psychic abilities and strengthen the clarity of visions and prophecies. However, the Candlewood provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Do we want to help her clarify her visions, or do we want to prevent her from having them? They could be a warning to come, because as we know from the bios, Faye Swift is the psychic. She has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She could give us warnings of the things to come, or we could help her keep her peace of mind. Chat, what do we do? This is very much a red pill or blue pill situation. Insane Seer? If we like her, help her sanity. Well, she's been lovely. On Friday, she said that her dreams are becoming more vivid. She saw a woman with her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her, a terrifying black skeletal creature. And now the woman in the jade mask appears in her dreams every night. She screams, but I do not know why. And behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of her wants to stare down that abyss, but she is afraid. So we can help her stare down that abyss, or we can help her be shielded from it. Well, I'd prefer to protect against all manner of afflictions of the mind, but others, well... See, this is the part where the stories that we get from the card flip between days is starting to cross even more heavily with the people coming in and out of our shop. And so we can either get more clarity in her visions to find out what is going on, or we can help her keep away from the visions and hope that the bad thing doesn't find us. The red pill will help her. The blue pill will make the visions more vivid. But you guys seem to want to shield her, so Candlewood it is. Worry Less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. Alright. Candlewood has become a member of the blue plant. The blue label plants. Let's see here. Worry Less. What do we know? Ooh. No, maybe not. Small red berries. However, that looks But this has flowers and these have berries. Okay. That's probably still Saurian. Nope. No, I don't think we have this plant yet. Good to keep an eye on, though. Yeah, I'd help calm her rather than send her crazy. Crazy is really good. We want to be nice. I mean, there's a place for being that strange eldritch herbalist whose wares screw you up and give you visions beyond eternity, but you're serving a niche market, and it's better not to have to eat your stock and suffer too. That's fair. Alright, pet the kitty, ring the bell. Margaret Elsbeth. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis we must simply pay a visit. It is a wonderful breath of a life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Iceberg. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they'll be of interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. You are cordially invited to Scissors Castle, Lord and Lady Elsbeth. Well, we haven't archived that yet. Looks like we have a trip. Castle. Not that castle. Excuse me? Not this castle. Not that castle. Ah, here it is. This castle. Iceberg. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elizabeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize. But before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next. And this one, too, she says. I am quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I am able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, says Lady Elsbeth, cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. New plants, new plants. And we learn about Fever's Kiss. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. Well, it looks like the plants we acquired are not Fever's Kiss, but very interesting. Very interesting. All right. These have small yellow berries, but these have small red berries, and Fever Kiss has small red berries. So guess what this is? However, we do know of a plant that is very similar to Fever Kiss. Where was it? Witch Fig. The plant is said to have many uses, including easing symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked like butterflies. It has similar leaves as the Fever Kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Well, well, well. Look at how similar they are. I'm going to tentatively label this Witch fig. All right. We also got this one. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Doesn't ring any bells. So we may not have an entry for that one. Pet the kitty, ring the bell. Philip Shaw. Mushroom. Red spores. Moves in the dark. That's all I've got. Any ideas? Oh, absolutely. Not that one. The Wandering Boo. Has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. That one we know. And it has somewhat red warts. So, mushroom, red spores, moves in the dark. That's all I've got. Yep. That's what he was looking for. We already knew that one. Very good, very good. Did we get a bio for him? No, we did not. Selena Scott. They're saying Black Combi is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man at Swinside. I'd come for some stinking Montcap. It's sometimes called stinking Montcap, yep. This one? That one. The yellow one does have fruit, but I'd never have thought to call them figgish. But yes, does look quite plausible. You have weird clients. I need a mushroom that moves at night. What have you got? Yeah, we do have weird clients. Henchuck. The fruit of the henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it's ready to harvest. Well, first of all, this one needs a blue. Blue label it is. And then henchuck, I'm thinking is this. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. Turns a blue-green, which is a turquoise color, and is ready to harvest. It looks like it would grow in bursts because of the way of the flowers. So I think this is henchuck, actually. Alright, you can go there. Cool. Love doing that. That is the end of day 4. On to Tuesday. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the everheart grows. Alrighty then. Let us see if we have mixed blues and yellows. No, the yellows have kind of sorted themselves out. Nothing is horrifically out of place. Awesome. Sometimes the plants move around. So, she lives alone in the castle northwest of the abbey. We have Calder Abbey here. There's a castle to the northwest. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the everheart grows. So, 1, 2, 3. So we should be at B4? Are there any other abbeys that we can see on the map? I don't see any other abbeys. So, 1, 2, 3. 3 miles east. 1, 2, 3. Got it. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. So this should be the Everheart. Because it's where the Everheart grows. I don't believe the cards ever end up in the archive, but considering what it said, the Everheart, where the Everheart grows, that is pink flowers. Cool. Got it. By the way, this map is of an area in South England. Minor trivia. There may be some liberties, but still. It's quite possible the developer is a British developer. You know. Write what you know. Alright. Pet the kitty, ring the bell. Faye's back. I must thank you. Last night, for the first time in weeks, my mind was calmed. I am no longer tormented by visions of the woman in the jade mask and that terrible monster. Now I'm wondering if you have some worry less to keep my over-anxious thoughts at bay? That is a good question. Do we know? What do we know? Worry less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. No. The only thing that we have that's close to this, but it's not the flowers, or it's not the leaves. So what do we have here? They smell wonderful. No. No. It's definitely not this. Maybe this? Rather unpleasant scent, though. definitely not this one. Yeah, no, not that. No. 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 This really is kind of weirdly the closest. We may not have this plant either. And now we find that it was the nightmares that stopped her from being a serial killer, being from beyond telling her not to do it. Yeah, no, it's not the mushrooms. No, these are too rounded. This one is tricky. The worry less does not really tell me anything. Too rounded. Still too rounded. Could this be it? Could this be the worry less? What is the white one that you picked up and didn't look at? This one? I mean, they smell wonderful. I'm gonna try this one. We'll see. Apparently that is the worry less. Good to know. Hop heart. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Okay, well, this becomes a part of the blue club, and goes all the way over here. Hop heart, on the other hand, I believe is blue flowers, stiff leaves. Firm leaves grow up the stem, leading to blue flowers. Yep, I think this is hop heart. There we go. Next person. It's Simone. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you. Don't ask me what. I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. He said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west. At least, I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Absolutely I did. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg, possibly near the source of the river Winster. Time to go on an adventure. Alright, so... Sedberg. Here's Sedberg. Headed west from Sedberg, possibly near to the source of the river Winster. Here's Kent, Sprint, Kent, Gilpin, River Winster. Here is the source. This one. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between two boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there is no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. 2 south, 3 east. So 1, 2, 3. See here? 2 south. 1, 2, 3 east. 1, 2, 3. Near Rusland, apparently. But we don't have the will to explore, so we must do some watering. The more reasonable watering of our plants we do, the more will we get to explore. Our plants just need some TLC. Alright, we have the will to explore again. So, 2 south, 3 east. This should be correct. To the right? Oh, am I going the wrong direction? 2 south, 3 east? Closer to the castle? Oh, I didn't click OK. Okay. You're right. I was going the wrong way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the correction, Trav. I'm sometimes an idiot. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts, where I am greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes. Ho, 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 ho. The man says, you must take this. Take it, take it. At his insistence, I received the looking glass that he thrust into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top. Ho, ho, it's no use to me anymore. Ho, ho, no use. Don't forget the red, the red, the red, the red, the red. Oh, ho, ho, ebony. Or Abony. I am sure that he is quite mad. Interesting. Looks like another thing. It is said that red ebony, the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. So we now need to find the red ebony plant. Good to know, but this is done. We don't have an entry on red ebony, so good to know. Just follow the arrows. Yes, I'm apparently a dumbass. Thank you, Trav. Conrad Stanway. I am not long for this world, and I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Caballia, like a Drare huntsman with their Dranthium-covered tombs. Well, we have some of that, definitely. We believe it is this plant, but let's double check. A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths of it at the graves of their loved ones. The flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. The flowers are a soft purple with a sweet scent, and we have 6 petals. So as far as we know, this is it. It also looks very much like this picture. So, let us confirm, shall we? Confirmed. Eyebright. Take care not to touch this brightly colored, its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days after. The plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it Loth, after a long dead king, known to improve eyesight at night in even the darkest places. Well, well, well. We have to turn this into a blue and move it into the known areas. This we can move over. And this might be Eyebright, because it's the only other thorny plant that we have. Once again, back into the mix of possibility. Good to know. Your reputation is growing, horticulturist. I hear you are the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. My head feels like it's been torn in two lately. I'm looking for some hop heart. Do note, Jade Mask. Unknown. Little is known about the mysterious woman in the Jade Mask. She is occasionally seen in Undermere, but people understandably avoid her cold demeanor. We have found the woman in the jade mask, or rather she has found us. But she wants some hop heart. Well, we believe we know which one that is. Let me just find out. This one. If we go to this, firm leaves grow on the stems, leading to blue flowers. And we do know that it has stiff leaves and blue flowers, so we're pretty sure it's this one. Da 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 da. Oops, wrong game. Silly me. Copper Caledonian. This plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red patches that are often seen growing on it are, in fact, a type of fungus themselves, and not a part of the plant. Copper Caledonia. Well, we can move hop art into the blue label ones. Blue label plant. And I believe that this, with red warts growing on it, is the Copper Caledonian. There we go. We'll just add that to the... We're pretty sure we know what these plants are. These ones are still a mystery. Fantastic. Pet the kitty. Ring the bell. Hey, Verona is back. Reuben Ward has called on my unique expertise to aid in his investigations at the Swineside Stone Circle. Unique expertise. Ha! He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. I thought about telling him to suck an egg. Gave it a good long thought, actually, but my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they found something juicy down there. Sign of ritual sacrifice, maybe. I could do with some witch fig to take with me. Ooh, we believe that this is the witch fig. We'll check out its... Yeah, it has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with, and we're pretty sure this is fever kissed, and they look very similar. It has small yellow berries is all we have, and this is showing us a cross-section of berries. Stew. I'm really good at this game, you guys. Jacobsworth. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacobsworth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said that they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate, and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out on the fells. Okay, well. This one with the yellow berries... Blue labeled. Blue labeled. Yes, indeed. The new description. Where is it? Jacobsworth, I believe, might be this one. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. So. We will put this in the probably know that plant section. As a bonus, we now have a pretty good confirmation of the other one too. Yes, we absolutely do have a pretty good confirmation of Fever Kiss. And we only have like 5 plants in total that we have no idea what is. Everything else in our book, we're pretty sure we know what's what. So that's pretty good. Next person. Oh, Burbage is back. I never see anybody in your shop. It's a daily surprise to me that you're still in business. Believe me, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't have to be, especially with that damn cat still here. I need some bishop's parasol for a work-related matter. Yeah, we're pretty sure we know what that one is. Nope, not that one. It's this one. It's the red one. Royal Gentia. Sometimes called Everheart, the pink flowers of the Royal Gentia are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release the bind of Swift Snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of the Royal Gentia. Alright, well, this becomes a blue label and moves on to the known plants shelves, and this Everheart is actually this. So we just need to update the label. Royal Gentia / Everheart. Cool. Pretty sure we know what those are, because it looks exactly like the picture the flowers do. It is pink. It's the whole 9 yards. So we're pretty solid on those ones. Awesome. It is the end of day 5. We are moving on to Wednesday. Lovely, man. Hope he chokes on an apple core. Right shape, number, and color of petals. Yep. Can't be that one. They have a mind of their own, and Jacob's what's it follows your own mind. It probably is. Another day, another card. Not long after the girl left home, her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. We have reached the half moon. The old man of Constant looks out across the lake with blind eyes. Coniston. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. Another riddle for our map. Another rainy day, too. Well, this one moved. Get back in there. Do we have any yellows and blues mixed? No, just a yellow that needed to not be where it was. Okay. Unfortunately, everyone, this is where we are going to end the stream. Primarily because I do not want to get into a whole nother day. So if you want to know what the mystery in Strange Horticulture is, I highly, highly suggest that you grab this game off Steam yourself. It is a lovely, brilliant little game by Bad Viking and Iceberg Interactive. And, well, let's just say that I look forward to the next one. Absolutely, I look forward to the next one. But yes, we want to go to the main menu, please. So yes, this has been Strange Horticulture. Strange Antiquities is coming soon, so please go wishlist that on Steam so that it can come that much sooner. And please go buy Strange Horticulture and enjoy the story from there. You have seen about half the gameplay. We're halfway through this story, but tomorrow I will be back on my Darkest Dungeon crazies. This has just been a temporary reprieve from the death simulator that is the Darkest Dungeon 2. And thank you guys for joining me today in that. I am May, and I do stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. So if that is not your time zone, please, 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 please follow me and put on notifications so that you know when I go live. Alternatively, if Twitch is a little too twitchy for you, I do post on Twitter when I go live, and I don't post a lot of other things or retweet that many things either. So you're not going to get a lot of spam, but you are welcome to join me over on Twitter and become my friend, get to know me, see what I like, see what I care about, the whole 9 yards. If you have missed any of the VODs or any of today's playthrough, halfway through the story of Strange Horticulture, YouTube is the place to find the VODs. It will catch you up on all of my Darkest Dungeon run. It will make sure that you can check out any of my other games. And I have heard that even some of my playlists are useful for getting to sleep too. So if that is something that you need, feel free to hop over to YouTube, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the VODs go live. Now, I am a streamer and I do support my fellow streamers, so I am going to raid a friend or perhaps even make a new one. So I hope that you guys remember that if you are subscribed to me, which thank you very much for the subscription, you can use any of my high, wave, or love emojis to give the love to our friends. And if you are not subscribed to me, you are welcome to use any love, heart, or raid emojis that you have from other communities, because I'm happy to support your communities too. Oh, I have options. I have options. You know what? It has been a hot second since I have rated Lyrenstraz or even been able to hang out in his stream. He is doing a streamathon day 3 of Kingdom Hearts. So we're going to jump over there and say hi to Lyrenstraz, who actually originally I found through Darkest Dungeon, the first one. But he has played both. So yeah, we're going to go jump over there. Please, please, please give him all the love. He's a fantastic streamer who I don't usually get to watch the streams of, and I miss his community very much, and I hope that you guys all have a fantastic day. It's gonna be a good week, you guys. We're back in it, the Darkest Dungeon tomorrow, but we will be raiding very soon, as soon as frickin' Twitch allows it. In any case, take care, you guys. I will see you back here at 1 p.m. Eastern US time tomorrow, hopefully. And until then, we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.